Hey everybody, what's going on? KSA Kris, Real Estate Blitz, and today is going to be a funky one. I feel like I should have prepared more, but I felt like if I prepared more for this one, I would have not, it would not have been as spontaneous as it really needs to be. And this one is actually for brokers. This normally I do stuff that's for real estate agents to help them generate more business, but you have to understand brokers generate business through their real estate agents. That's really how they make money. And I think the biggest trend that I've seen as of late is either brokers hate real estate teams and they really don't want them around, or if they do like real estate teams, they aren't creating a productive environment for real estate teams to not only grow and survive, but to even want to stick around. I lived that as well with our team, and I thought today would be a good one just to do strictly for the brokers. How to create an environment where you can get more real estate teams that would want to join your brokerage, but also to retain real estate teams that may be there already, or how to help build more real estate teams within your brokerage. So more than likely, I'm going to interview Susan Ebert. She's probably got some of the best teams going in our markets. We're actually part of her brokerage. Just because of the atmosphere that she's created, which fosters teams. It really goes out of its way to foster teams. Now, I think, first off, if you're a broker and you're watching this and you're asking this question, you probably already stopped watching it, but I'll put it out there. A lot of brokers are like, why teams? It's just stupid. I don't like it. And that's what I hear most of the time. A lot of brokers don't like real estate teams. And if you're a broker and you're watching this, I would ask you why. What are you afraid of? You're going to get paid when an agent closes a deal. That's how you make your money. It's a residual based income. In fact, I would say if you do teams right, you're going to put in less energy to produce more deals. Each team on Susan's brokerage produces anywhere from 30 to 60 deals per month. That's a lot of revenue. I would even say the first broker that we had hated the team concept. We're giving them about $23,000 to $28,000 a month. $23,000 to $28,000 a month, but they had the structure that they created was so bone crushing and so negative and so toxic because they hated the team thing. They were competing brokers, so we were killing them out in the market. So they were getting pissed off because they weren't getting any listings, even though we were giving them that much money every month. That they were making it toxic for us to stay there, and they were crushing us with the overall. We were paying a franchise fee. On top of the franchise fee, we were paying a ridiculous split where it just doesn't make sense. We don't need that. And then they still kept wanting to impress their will because they didn't want our team to have our own brand. They wanted the broker's brand on there. You have to understand, the world's changing. In order for a team, and if you watch some of my previous videos, I've done videos on teams before. If you don't know where they are, you can go look them up on the YouTube channel. I get it. A lot of brokers, they want their brand, their name. I know our last broker, if we have more of just our stuff, we'll get more business. True, maybe. Yeah, I agree. But the world's changed. People want to buy into teams. The reason why people create teams, like we did, we wanted to create a group of people that would band together with the same intent. We wanted to come together, band together with the specific goals of outspending, outmarketing, outmaneuvering, and outworking anybody we wanted to in any market we wanted to take over. And unfortunately, within brokerages, everybody's kind of an island. It would be nice now if a brokerage designed themselves to be created like a team, that would be great. Unfortunately, it's pretty darn hard to create a brokerage like a team. It's just structurally not as profitable if the entire brokerage is like that. In fact, I agree and disagree with it. Mindset-wise, it's not as profitable. But if it was designed appropriately, it would be way more profitable than trying to create a flat fee business for a broker. I think flat fee businesses, well, I'm not going to get into that. I did a video on that. I'm not going to go too deep. So let's just stick to the topic. Brokers. If you're watching this and you're trying to figure out how do I get more teams in our brokerage, for one, you got to it's math. It's math and it's math. So let's stick with that. First, you need to ensure that you create an environment where the team can actually build themselves and their brand for what they're trying to accomplish. It's not about what you want. It's not about you or what you want. there's going to be requirements where they have to put the brokerage logo on there and the BRE number and all that jazz. That should be the only requirement that a team should have to deal with. Outside of that, if you're crushing them, like our last broker, you absolutely have to use our sign design with our logo, with our names and all that jazz. Nobody wants to be around that. The team is trying to create their own image, their own brand, so they can create their own business. I know it creates a lot of fear and anxiety. Well, what if they leave? Then they leave. If you do it right, they aren't going anywhere. But if they leave, then they leave. It doesn't matter anyways. It is what it is. And I think what I've seen is a lot of brokers are so arrogant that at our broker, I used to have it on my wall until I realized it was too negative and I had to take it down. Well, without us and our brand, you'll be nobody. That's what they told us. I left that up for a while, and then now they're like not doing well. Right? It just is what it is when you have that type of arrogance. So, A, get out of the way. Your job is to ensure that they are compliant. Your job is to help them grow and make sure that their paperwork is appropriate and make sure that they are getting guidance from somebody that has years of experience. Just be that. Be the parent. It's almost like having, if you don't have kids, maybe you can't relate, but there's a time when somebody's a new agent, it's almost like a toddler raising up to a teenager. But when somebody's ready they're 18, 19, 20, and they're ready to go out on their own, your job as a parent changes. You can't yell at them, and this is what brokers do with teams. You can't yell at them and act crazy and tell them what they will do. They don't live in your house, and they don't need to live in your house. They don't need to be there. They'll just leave. They're adults. And that's what a lot of teams end up doing. Then brokers don't know why they can't retain anybody. And then they get mad because the team that was killing it and that was producing and doing really well, the other people that were sitting there watching that team and they watched how you engaged with them, they end up leaving once the team leaves. Why? You did it to yourself. You did it to yourself. So, hey, let them build what they want to build and help guide them. Be that parent that really just guides them and isn't telling them what to do, but really giving them guidance based off of what you know and help them actually build that brand and build something particular. Next, the math. It's strictly math. In order to build a team, there has to be different splits and different breakouts. Traditional team is a 60-40 split, 60 going to the buyer's agent. Oh my goodness, excuse me. 60 going to the buyer's agent, 40 going to the business so they can continue to remarket and grow. If you aren't providing that and you aren't providing that same concept and view within your brokerage, same thing. Let them get out of there. But you need to set up your splits in such a way that it's not crushing them so they can continue to do more business. So I'll tell you a franchise model that I've seen worked. I'll tell you a hybrid model that's seen worked, and I'll tell you the flat fee. Franchise model. One of the big people that are going after teams huge right now is Coldwell Banker. And what they're basically offering, I don't know if it's all teams, but I can tell you what they offered us and what they've offered other friends of mine. They're actually offering to buy out teams. They'll give you a certain amount of money up front, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. They're offering to cover the costs of their administration and housing. And then they're saying, we're going to take the franchise fee, so it could be anywhere 5, 6, 8%, whatever that is, plus another 10 to 16%. Now, that's heavy and it's a lot, but they're adding a ton of value. And if you do the math, it's basically they're investing in that team to say that they will be productive. And they're putting in fail-safes with the administration and the marketing, because they're providing a marketing manager as well. They're building in the fail-safes to ensure that they get their returns from creating that, which is smart. So if you do the math, $100,000, then they're locking them into a 3-year contract. So $100,000 over 3 years, they should be producing X number of dollars. They should have already been producing a certain amount before we actually scouted them. So we're going to always get the franchise fee, plus the broker is going to get a certain small cut, and they're still able to make a profit. Again, if we're at a 60-40, they're still able to make about anywhere from a 20, 30 to 40% profit on the money that they would have been getting. Yeah, 10, 20, 30, somewhere around profit off of the splits, right? So the team lead that actually built it can still make good money off of its buyer's agents and still have the support and also the brand of Coldwell Banker. Now, if you look at Coldwell Banker, they also get out of the way, which is what I just said a few minutes ago. You still have to put Coldwell Banker. They still highly encourage that you use the blue. You got to bleed blue, right? But it's not, I think it's not required. They're still going to let you build your brand with your face and kind of your logos and your look and feel as long as it still fits within the requirements. They're not going to say, no, you absolutely have to use this brand and that's it. And then you can put your name on the bottom. That sucks. Teams don't need to do that and they're not going to. Next one, if you look at Keller Williams is like really going after teams in a huge way. Now, they aren't offering money and all that other stuff, but they are providing is a training program to actually teach people how to build teams, and not only build teams, but they're opening up, because Keller Williams is nationwide and so big. They're opening up other Keller Williams offices nationwide to where, and they're teaching this. You're in San Diego, but if you want to open a Keller Williams team, or your team, in Arizona or Texas or Florida or whatever it is, we will actually open you up in your brand to that Keller Williams office and help you build a team in that office so you can be in multiple markets across the country. They also adjust the splits a little bit, so you have a flat base split, and it's pretty fantastic. And then now let's talk about flat fee. Oh, and Keller Williams allows you to do your branding. You don't have to stick to the red and white. You can change the colors any way you want. Coldwell Banker, from what I've seen, nope, Coldwell Banker lets you change your colors too, because I know Jennifer Moore has red and white instead of blue. So they get out of the way. They let you build it. Now, flat fee brokerages. And I'll talk about mom and pops. Most of this is really structured toward mom and pop brokerages, because here's the thing. The big brokerages, they've already figured it out. If you're a mom and pop brokerage and you're railing against this, you're behind. If you're watching this video, you're behind. You have to embrace this. When you show up, I showed up recently to a giant Tom Ferry event. They had his summit out in Vegas. When Tom Ferry is coaching and teaching and telling people, if you're not on a team, you either need to create one or get on a team, that is the future. That is what's going to happen. If you're a brokerage, and a small mom and pop especially, and you're fighting this, you're going to get left behind. You will not be able to compete against people like us. You can't. You financially cannot compete with it. You have to build this. You have to allow it to happen. Okay, flat fees. Flat fee brokerages, flat fee brokerage, majority of the time, they just don't care. Look, put our logo on there, stay compliant, pay us our flat fee, because most flat fee brokerages are making their money on auxiliary businesses. So they're going to charge anywhere from $300 to $500 per month, or per transaction. They're going to charge maybe $100 per month for fees, plus they're going to try to push you towards using their escrow company, push you towards using their lending company, etc. Right? So flat fees just don't really care. Again, you have to figure out what's going to be best for you and your brokerage and adjust. The reality is, if you don't, and if you're trying to use single agents, and where every agent in your brokerage is an island, they're going to get eaten alive by these teams that are banding together. When they decide to take over your market, you will not be able to fight them. I would say there's one broker left in our town, where we are, that still does more business than our team. One. Everybody else, we do more business than all of them combined. Our team does more business than every brokerage in our town combined. That should be scary, because if a good team ends up coming into your market, you're going to slow down, because your people can't compete against that, because it's a group of individuals that are banding together to outspend, outmarket, and outmaneuver in any market they choose to take over. It's a swarm. And you know what? If you want to compete against that, you can. Or you can actually encourage it and foster people to help them produce more money to actually live and obtain their dreams instead of being greedy. That's all I got today. Do me a favor, if you're a broker and watching this, you're more than welcome to subscribe to my channel. I don't always say great things about brokers, but I'm here to help. I really am. I'm genuinely trying to help change the industry, because I believe real estate professionals, if we don't start helping each other to produce more business and become more professional, somebody's going to come over and take it from us. They're going to take our livelihood. So I'm trying to make a change in the industry. If you're a real estate agent, do me a favor. Go check out my YouTube channel. Just type in the Real Estate Blitz and subscribe. I'm not a coach. I'm not a guru. I'm just some guy. I'm just some guy that happens to have a lot of success in real estate, and I genuinely want to help people do more real estate. I'm not selling anything on here. I'm just putting up videos to help. All right? So check me out on there. Check me out on Facebook. Type in the Real Estate Blitz. Do me a favor, like, share, comment. And if I can help you in any way, just let me know. I appreciate it. Have a good one. See you tomorrow.